Welcome back, everybody. It's been a long time since I've done a DVD, Blu-ray, VHS update of any sort. Probably been about a year. But I've had a few people that asked me to do one and update my collection for them. So, like I said, I very rarely do these, but I'm going to go ahead and do a VHS, DVD, Blu-ray update. But I'm not going to include everything I've gotten over the past year or so. It's only going to be what I've gotten over the past couple months, and then again it might not be all of those as well, because again it's a very long video if I would do that. It would probably be a 2-hour video if I went through all the stuff, every single title that I've gotten. So this is just going to be a few items that I've gotten over the past couple months that I would like to show you guys or talk with you guys about. The first one up here is I picked up the Blu-ray of Here Comes the Boom. Now I did see this in theaters, and I really enjoyed the movie. I thought the movie was pretty entertaining, was pretty funny. It was like throughout the entire thing I was laughing, and I just had a really good time with it. A lot of people hate Kevin James as an actor. I don't think he's that bad. He does choose a lot of bad movies, but I think he's an okay actor. I liked him in the TV show The King of Queens, and I see a lot of that character in the movies he does. And I thought he was really good in Here Comes the Boom. He was the perfect choice for this type of film. If you guys are interested in movies that have to do with like fighting, UFC, or boxing, or stuff like that, or sports, give us a go. It's a pretty entertaining movie. I liked it a lot. That was Here Comes the Boom. All right, the next couple items I got here are some VHS titles, where I picked up at a flea market for a very cheap price. And the first one is The Burning Bed. This one stars Farrah Fawcett. I'd never seen this before, and just the cover art and stuff kind of intrigued me, and I went ahead and picked it up. It was very cheap, so I'm really looking forward to checking this out later and seeing what this one is. And also picked up the Terminator 2 Judgment Day VHS. Now I know this is available on DVD and Blu-ray and all that, and it's pretty cheap for that as well, but I didn't own a copy yet. And when I seen this, I wanted to go ahead and pick it up for really cheap, just to go ahead and have a copy, because I really, really, really like Edward Furlong. He is one of my favorite actors of all time, and I want to try to watch and have everything that he is in. This was his first movie he ever did, and so I went ahead and just picked this up just to go ahead and have a copy of the movie. And I will upgrade eventually to a DVD or Blu-ray, but as for now, I got the VHS that I can watch. And I'm happy with that for right now. The next VHS is Blood for Blood, and I have no idea what this is. It was a blind buy. It was put out by Live Entertainment, which I like the company that did these VHS. It looks to be like a mixed martial arts type movie, like fighting action movie of some sort. I'm sure it's probably a real low budget, really cheesy and everything, but I look forward to checking it out later on and see what it is. Next up is a movie I never heard of before either, called Space Hunter. And it's really weird because the title on the top of the movie and the side and everywhere all over the case just says Space Hunter. But on the movie itself, it's called Space Hunter: Adventure in the Forbidden Zone. So I thought that was weird that title was added in only on the VHS part. It's got Molly Ringwald in it, and I have no idea whether or not this is any good. So this is all just a blind buy as well, but it's put out by Columbia Pictures, and I look forward to checking this out later on to see if it's any good. Now being a fan of collecting VHS and collecting movies that are not on DVD, I always find a bunch of stuff that I think is rare or I think is not available on DVD or whatnot. So I go ahead and pick it up, even though if I don't know if it's available or not. And it usually happens with a lot of offbeat stuff, like a lot of I've seen a lot of like comedy videos, like stand-up comedy videos that have never been released before on DVD, and so I go ahead and pick those up just for collectible sake. And the next 3 videos I have here are all put out by the same person, that they're comedy VHS, and it is Carl Hurley, Sunny Side Up. I've never listened to this guy stand up at all. I have no idea. I'm sure it's pretty tame. It's probably a G-rated comedy show. It's what it appears to be. I don't know if it really is or not. But I wanted to pick these up just for collectible sake because I don't know whether or not they are rare, valuable, or what. But that is Carl Hurley Sunny Side Up. And then there's Carl Hurley Southern Fried. And Carl Hurley Looking for Humor. Picked all these three of these up for a very, very low price, and just wanted to go ahead and get those and add those to the collection just to have them. Next up is a DVD I picked up off of Amazon. I do a lot of shopping off Amazon, and I picked up a film called The Dentist. This is a very underrated horror film in my opinion. Not a lot of people talk about this anymore. It's got some really, really good acting, some great gore effects, and it's a pretty entertaining movie. It stars Corbin Burnson as a dentist who, you know, everything's going wrong in his life, and he just kind of loses it, and he just starts, you know, killing his patients. And there's one scene, if you've seen the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. A very, very memorable scene with actor Clint Howard that involves the dentist drill. And this movie is really entertaining. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely pick this up and watch it if you can. The next up is a 3-pack of Skeeter, Xtro, and Xtro 2. I've only seen Skeeter, and it is not a very good movie. But the only reason I picked this up is I wanted to upgrade my VHS of Xtro and Xtro 2. I had those two on VHS, and I needed to upgrade them. I know that there's an Xtro 3, but I do not own that at all yet. So that's the reason I wanted to get this, was just to upgrade my VHSs of Xtro and Xtro 2 to a DVD. Okay, next up, here is a Blu-ray I picked up from Walmart. It is a double feature put out by Mill Creek Entertainment of Happy Birthday to Me and When a Stranger Calls. Now these are the original movies. These are not the remakes. That's the reason I wanted to pick this up. I really enjoy When a Stranger Calls. That movie is to me a really, really good scary horror film. And I've never seen the remake, so I don't know anything whether or not it's any good. But I had no idea these were on Blu-ray, and this is available in the 2-pack here at Walmart for $5. That is a really good deal. So go to Walmart, pick this up. It is really cheap and a really good deal. Next up comes out Next up is a title I got from Scream Factory. I really enjoy what Scream Factory is doing, putting out a lot of different horror films that's really hard to find, never before released on a DVD or Blu-ray. And this one right here is a good example. It is Death Valley. Most notable for this film is that it stars the little kid from A Christmas Story in a horror film. And I watched it as soon as I got this in, and well, it was an okay movie. There was a lot of people had a problem with it because they said it was real slow, and I agree. It's a real slow film. Nothing really happens until the end of the film. And it's pretty much just like a cat and mouse run between the little boy and the killer. And you see who the killer is pretty early on, but they still try to make it look like it's somebody else, even though you've already seen the killer. And I thought it was just an okay movie. It was good to watch. I'm glad I own this copy. I'm glad Shout Factory or Scream Factory put this out. And I'm definitely going to try to watch it again later in the future, but I'm glad I got to check it out at least once. Alright, next up is another Shout Factory / Scream Factory release. It's Deadly Blessing. And now I really enjoyed this one too. I had no idea what this was going to be about. I've never seen this movie until just now. As a matter of fact, I watched it just a few days ago. This one has Michael Berryman in it. He's a pretty known horror actor. And I thought this was going to be a slasher movie because it's put out by Wes Craven. You know, he's famous for Nightmare on Elm Street. So I thought this was going to be a slasher film because I'd never seen a trailer for it. I'd never seen anything about it. And that's what I thought it was based on it. But it is not a slasher film. I don't really know how to classify this movie. It's not a ghost movie. It's not a slasher movie. It's not, you know, a possession movie or anything like that. I don't really know how to classify it, but it was a pretty interesting movie nonetheless. It had a lot of interesting moments here that could have been done a little bit better. I thought there's a scene where a car catches on fire and explodes, and it's supposed to be this big build up, but then it happened and then it was done with. They never mentioned it again, and I thought it could have been more with that. But I mean, all in all, the movie is a pretty interesting movie and definitely worth a watch. So if you guys are interested in anything earlier from Wes Craven, check out Deadly Blessing. Next up is a movie that I have only seen since I was only seen it when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since, and I don't remember anything about it. And I'm surprised that this movie is even on Blu-ray. But it got picked up by Olive Films, and it was never released on DVD before, so they went ahead and they released it on Blu-ray. And that is The Boogans. Now, I'm really glad. I like owning movies that are pretty rare or hard to find. And whenever this movie was announced for a Blu-ray release, I had to pick it up and upgrade my VHS copy. Haven't watched it yet, but I plan on watching it soon, and hopefully all the memories that I had from watching it as a kid will come back and I'll enjoy it. Next up is another movie that was in kind of the same thing as The Boogans, where it was never released on the DVD before, and Olive Films picked it up and decided to release a Blu-ray of it. And I remember watching this as a kid on VHS and loving the movie. Up until now, I've had a DVD-R copy of it, and that is Ticks, also known as Infested in some countries. But Ticks stars Seth Green, Alfonso Ribeiro from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Clint Howard, Amy Dolenz, and I mean basically it's just a group of giant ticks attack these kids in the woods, and they try to kill off each of the kids. And it's a really entertaining movie. It's very cheesy, pretty gory, and if you guys like monster movies of any sort, definitely pick up Ticks. It's pretty much a 90s version of a 50s B movie. And if you guys like movie like Squirm, or any type of movie that has to do with like killer animals, definitely pick this up, because it is a really entertaining film. And this one has a audio commentary with Clint Howard and the producer or the director Tony Randall, and the commentary is really entertaining. It does tell you a lot about what was filmed initially, and then what was refilmed for reshoots and stuff, and how they did certain things for the effects, which is really entertaining to listen to. I've always wanted to hear a commentary on this film, and the fact that they got Clint Howard, one of my favorite actors, to do the commentary was really cool. And thank you, Olive Films, for putting this out. Everybody needs to definitely pick this up and give it a watch. It's a great movie, and I'm sure you'll love it. I do have another VHS here that I forgot to show you guys, but I picked this up at the flea market for really cheap. It's called Disappearance. I remember watching this on TV back early 2000s. It was made for TV film, and I remember it being like really confusing and really weird, but overall I liked it, and I'd never heard about it since. I couldn't remember the name, I couldn't remember who was in it, what was it about, but I found a VHS copy of it, and as soon as I picked it up, I knew that this was the movie I had watched, and that I've been looking for a while. Whether or not it's any good, I don't remember, but I'm really interested in picking this up. Next up is a few TV titles that I want to pick up. I'm a really big fan of collecting TV shows on DVD, especially the older sitcoms and stuff. So the next one I picked up is Family Matters Season 3. I really wish that Warner Brothers would go ahead and release all the seasons. It's been 3 years, and we're only on Season 3. I don't know what the deal is, why they keep waiting 1 year to do each one, but Family Matters Season 3 is finally out. I'm excited that it's out. I picked it up immediately, and I've already watched it. It contains 24 episodes from Season 3. If you don't know what Family Matters is, it's basically just about a family that has to deal with living next to a giant nerd. And they hate living by him, but he kind of grows on them, and he causes all kinds of problems, but they love him no matter what. And it's a really entertaining show. It's very dated a lot, but I enjoy watching a lot of old sitcoms, and the whole value stuff in sitcoms. I really like that stuff when it comes to TV shows. And so any type of show like this, I will definitely pick up. So Warner Brothers, come on. Release the other seasons quickly. I want all of them. There's 9 seasons. You're only on 3. I don't want to have to wait another 7 years, 6 years to get the rest of the season. So come on, Family Matters Season 3. If you guys like TV shows and sitcoms, definitely pick this up. Help out Warner Brothers. Let them know that this show is wanted. And maybe we'll start releasing other shows as well. Next up is Tiny Toon Adventures. This is Volume 3, Crazy Crew Rescue. They just released Volume 4 as well, I believe, but I haven't got that one yet. But this is Volume 3. I really like Tiny Toon Adventures. It's a really, really great cartoon. And if you guys have watched this, you know that it's really, really funny, even for adults, even today. So it was very well done, and it's great animation. And it's got some really catchy songs and stuff to it, especially the theme song. So you guys, if you're interested in cartoons, if you like Warner Brothers cartoons from the 90s and stuff, definitely pick this up. It's Tiny Toon Adventures Volume 3. The last title I have to show you guys is WWE Best Pay-Per-View Matches of 2012. Now this was a really good DVD release. It's got a lot of really good matches on here that I was really interested in watching. The only problem I had with this is they already had this DVD made and ready to put out before the last pay-per-view of the year, which was TLC pay-per-view. And there was a match on that pay-per-view that was really, really good, involving The Shield and Ryback. And I really wanted this DVD release to include that match because I love that match. And from where they already had everything made, it's not on here at all. So why they call it the best pay-per-view matches of 2012 when they didn't even consider the last pay-per-view to even have any good matches on it because they already had this made. So I think that's pretty sad whenever they already have stuff made before the year is even done with. They should have waited until the last pay-per-view was done, then put everything together and decide what was the best pay-per-view matches, because that one by far would have beat off at least one or two of these different matches on here that I did not like. So but all in all, it was a good DVD. I just really wish that match would have been included on here. If you guys are interested in wrestling, definitely pick this up if you like full matches on your DVD. I know a lot of different DVDs and stuff just have like a best of, and it'll just show like moments or clips of the match. This includes the entire match in its entirety from when the wrestlers come out onto the stage to the very end of the match. So if you guys are interested, definitely pick it up. It's a pretty good DVD, even if it didn't include my favorite match of the year. But that's best pay-per-view matches of 2012. And well, it looks like that's all I have to show for you guys right now. Like I said, if I did any more, it would be an extremely long video, and I do not want it to be any longer than what it is. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully if you guys like this, let me know, and I'll do some more DVD Blu-ray updates and stuff for you guys. So just leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, whether I should or should not do some more, and thank you guys for watching. See ya.